Hi guys, this is Fran. This week we are covering the misconceptions of an eating disorder and myths. And today's topic is once BMI is back within a healthy range, the person is recovered, and how this attitude can affect the sufferer when their weight restored but still recovering. Once BMI is back, that doesn't mean that the person is recovered. Eating disorders are much more than weight and your BMI. It's much more than that. It's something that is inside of the person that the person is trying to numb with the behaviors. And if a person is underweight and she gets to a healthy BMI, that's when she needs help the most, because it's hard for us to understand that we are considered healthy now. It's just like if we don't deserve help anymore, we don't deserve treatment anymore because we are not underweight. And a lot of people, it's really easy to relapse during this period of time because it's really hard to accept that. It is hard to accept that. And in people, usually they look at you and they don't see you sick anymore. If you are underweight, then okay, there's something wrong with that person, there's something going on there. But once you can't have the title or the label of being anorexic, underweight, with an eating disorder, it's really painful for the person. So I remember that when I was in treatment, the first therapist I had was to focus on my weight and keeping me at a healthy BMI. And she would remind me all the time that I was sick. And in my head, it was just like, okay, so if she says I'm sick and I'm not acting sick anymore, which I was a little bit underweight, but I wasn't acting sick anymore, then I'm gonna get sick. So that's gonna be true. And that's when I relapsed really bad. And then after I switched to another therapist, and he wasn't focused on my weight anymore, but he was focused on the roots of the problem, then I could restore a healthy weight and a healthy mindset. So don't get fooled by the fact that you just need to refeed the person and she's gonna be okay. Sometimes they decide to put the person back to a healthy weight, so the brain is gonna work better, it's gonna process better the information, and then therapy is more effective. But it is really hard. That's when the relapses happen, because it's hard for someone who was underweight before to accept that they are not sick or apparently sick anymore, and people are not gonna look at them as sick anymore. It's really, really hard. And there is something funny about the weight that when I was borderline healthy, I was much more concerned about my weight than I am nowadays. I saw that I gained a lot of weight, which is not a bad thing. I think that I look much better now than I did in the past, but nowadays I can avoid scales. I can it's okay, it's fine for me. And when you are borderline underweight, it's just if you need to keep that I don't know, that gap, that security gap, that maybe if you screw up, it's okay because you are gonna get to like you're not gonna get over your 18.5 BMI. So it's really tricky, you know. Like the closer you get to a healthy weight, the more likely you are to relapse, you know. And once you just like surpass that point, then things start to work, because then you don't focus on your weight anymore. Does that make sense? I hope so. It's late. I'm tired, and I'm trying to like put my thoughts and my ideas together here. So, but anyways, yeah, restoring the BMI is just like not even physically, you know, because you still can have a lot of wrong things happening in your body. Even having a healthy BMI, that doesn't mean that you're not in the risk of, you know, cardiac arrest or a stroke or something like that, because you can still feel the consequences. So that doesn't even mean that the person is physically healthy, you know. So yeah, never judge a book by its cover. I know it's old, I know it's cheesy, but it's so true, you know. You have to understand what is going inside. Like, eating disorders have nothing to do with the weight itself. The weight is the consequence. The major question here is, like, how do I deal with food, and what is my relationship with food? Right, guys, so that's it. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Take care.